This conference will now be recorded.
So again, welcome. Thank you for joining us today. As you most probably know, but anyway, it's important for you to know that we are recording this session and the plan is to share it in the channels of the European Cluster Alliance and the European Cluster Collaboration Platform. So if you remain with us, you are affecting that. We are joining today to speak about a very important topic, possible current shortages in supply chains at the European level. And I am really grateful for your contributions during the session. It will be in an open format, so we are not having any initial speakers. I will give you a very brief introduction and we will open the floor for all of you. So it's critical your participation, okay? The challenge is to know where are we at this moment, or where do you think that we can go in a short time, and to think about possible ways to confront it and, if possible, solve the situations. Okay, so the main questions are you currently experiencing any disruption or shortages in the supply chains of your sectors? What would be, or what are your needs and challenges, your members' needs and challenges? Would you suggest solutions? And you are invited, especially today, to speak about the boot supply chain, because we have been receiving news about possible disruption on that area. Okay, we have distributed this week a survey. You have the link in the screen. Anyway, I will share it again in the chat now. And you are invited to formally answer to it. Okay, it will be good because you know what is rated is easier to manage, okay, and to record and transfer. Okay, but anyway, the point today is to discuss here about those disruptions. Specifically about the boot industry, we have research in our database clusters working on that field. We have found 21. Most probably there are more, or for example, there could be related clusters affected by the disruptions that are not in this list. Okay, but this is what we have at the moment, and if you are involved and you don't find yourself in this list, please tell me so by chat, okay, or by email, and we will include you. This is the introduction. I asked several of you to prepare some materials, but as I know that it was in so short time, most probably you were not. Sorry, if you are not speaking, mute yourself. Okay, it's important because if not, it will be difficult to maintain the dialogue. Okay. As I was saying, I asked several of you to prepare data if you were able to do it, but I am totally aware that it was in a very short time. So if any of you has been able to prepare something, please don't hesitate, raise your hand, ask for the floor, and I will give you the floor to discuss. Anyway, in order to promote the discussion, I shared yesterday also 5 hypotheses to discuss that with those clusters that were listed in the previous screen. Okay, so that is the invitation. I don't know. We have with us Marek. Marek, would you add something as introduction?
Yes, please. Thank you, Antonio, for organizing this. As usual, at the moment when we had this biggest crisis last year, you know, we were meeting every morning at 8:30 on supply chain. And then now, together with vaccination, together with all relaxing of the measures, we have now only once a week. But it seems we are receiving the signals as the European Commission of many issues happening on the market, and one of the questions was exactly to hear the voices from grassroots, from clusters, and just, you know, we don't need to really elaborate much on every. You can read in newspapers the issues with chips, that the cars are not produced because chips are not being delivered, the rising prices of gas, so that it impacts, of course, the production of fertilizers and ammonia, so it has impact on food clusters. We hear as well the issues with wood production, the increase of wood demand from US and China, which takes the supply, which has impact on furniture industry, which has impact on construction industry. So we are receiving many signals, but you know, the fact that clusters were always during last year very agile in reacting and informing the Commission on the issues from the really grassroots, from the really market, what's happening without any intermediaries. The idea of this meeting would be to you are on the market, you are there, you see what is happening. So please share with us your experience, what you are experiencing, rather not experimenting, rather experiencing in cluster in supply chain shortages from your real life at this very moment. Your main problems. We hear about the problems with supply, with logistics, with containers and all the others. So this kind of information from you would be very helpful to receive. If you have any solutions, it would be as well very welcome. But we took the example of wood in particular, as we have 45 clusters related to wood and forestry. Actually, when we look at ECCP, European Cluster Collaboration Platform webpage, 9 of them are strictly in the NACE 16 on wood and relevant wood production sector. So the main objective of this meeting would be to hear from you the main issues you are right now facing due to either increase of inputs or increase of demand that you cannot fill in, and hear from you the main concerns as far as shortages of supply chains are concerned. So let me ask you to intervene in a very freely, as usual way we are doing, as these are very informal meetings. Thank you.
Thank you to you, Marek. So, who is the first? Bonjour, Apolline. I see you in the screen. Would you share with us?
Good morning, everybody. Yes, I can share a little bit of information about the French situation if you want. Well, it's not completely related with the question you sent me yesterday, but I will try to do something about the French situation. It's the wood construction market is very high at the moment because of different politics and also because of environmental exigence of the promoters and clients and everybody wants wood. It's okay for that, but what we have seen is that the market flow during summer and just before summer started to change. We couldn't buy anymore wood from the Nordic countries and Germanic countries because the price were high. They changed their destination for the wood market. So all the carpenters and everybody turned back to the national market, like for the wood structure and also for panels. And we have seen that our industry was not able to give all the wood we asked for the wood construction sector. So what's happened is that after that, the government decided to do a huge politic of investment in the wood industry. So now we have different calls for investment, either in equity or subvention. We will see how it will be done at the end, but there is for the wood industry there is 100 millions of euros that will be for new facilities, either in the OSB panels or CLT panels or glulam. We will see who will answer, which investor will take the market, and that is the new point. So there is a huge politic of investment in the industry, not only in wood industry, but also for the wood industry it's new, but also the disruption of on wood on the market is also due to the lack of workers, of laborers in our industry. And this is not only the problem with the wood industry, it's a problem with all the wood, all the industry in France now. So there is a lack of laborers. I don't know if you are facing the same problem in other countries, but if you have idea, we are looking for solution now to give the opportunity for the new workers on our industry, not only students, but maybe someone who change his job or either. Well, it's a beginning of what we are facing in France, but we hope about the price. We have seen is the price were very high during summer, very high, and now it's still high. But we are expecting that the wind market flow will be more stable. Maybe beginning of the next year or middle of next year. We don't know yet. We will see. It will not come back at the price we were used to before the crisis, but at least it will not be 2 times or 3 times the price we are used to. Maybe 1.5 something. Well, thank you if you have a question, or if it wasn't clear, do not hesitate.
Merci beaucoup, Apolline. Okay. So,
yes, Antonio, can I give also?
No, sorry. No. It's if you don't mind, Jaime. I think it's important to contrast this situation with the rest of the members, participants, attendants coming from the wood sector. So, the rest of you share the same situation? Would you agree with the situation, or is it different in any of your countries? Will somebody add something different?
Good morning.
Hi, Cyprian. Good morning.
Good morning to all of you. Yes, we are aware about these challenges, but I would like to refer to one concrete problem that we have in Romania. I'm general manager from Transylvanian Furniture Cluster. So I would like to give you this challenge because even if from the beginning of this year, Romania prohibits the temporary export of logs with or without barks in extra community space, not in European Union, we have worrying signals regarding the appearance of network to evade the legislation, and I refer now the Romanian legislation. They operate in different countries and where there is no such legislation like intermediate market, and then export outside the European Union. So we are thinking of proposing solution of this legislation to reach the goal, but we consider that it's not just a Romanian problem, but a European one, because the massive export of logs outside the European Union creates huge pressure on the cost of production of raw materials in several industries. And of course, among the most effective is the furniture industry. But an even bigger problem as a result of encouraging the sales of logs direct from European forest in the environment on the long-term sustainability. So in our belief, the products with high added value must reach the non-EU markets, and we must act quick to stop this phenomenon, because it's the same time at the same time support the competitiveness of European industry through coherent policy of European level. So this topic I would like to share with you this morning.
Thank you very much, Cyprian. It's clear for everyone what Cyprian said. Do you agree?
Yes, I do. I didn't talk about this problem, but yes, we have this also this problem with especially with oak wood, and we ask apparently yes, different federation in France ask the European Commission that if we could change the legislation about exporting the log, especially about.
Thank you for the advice. So this point 5, as you see, are there any trade measures we should consider, is actually what you are addressing to. So you are saying that logs are being, raw materials are being sold out from the EU, and in your view, it has a negative impact not only on business, because the furniture has not increases the prices, but as well on the sustainability of the EU forestry. So it's a very clear message to us. But for the case of Romania, you said the Romanian government is trying to do something about this. Is going to ban the export, or how? What? I haven't understood this. Cyprian.
Yes. Last year, the Romanian government prohibits the temporary export of logs for the next 10 years. But in outside the European countries, European Union, but this is the problem that we have right now, because this legislation it's not only at the European level, it's actually only in Romania, in several countries that have this kind of legislation, but there are networks already organized and to avoid this legislation, because if they export to some other country in European Union, they can do this without prohibiting the legislation. And after that, the final goal for them is to export in a non-EU country the raw materials, the logs.
Thank you.
With
Very clear.
I suppose without a low price, with a low price and no added value to the product. Okay. And do you suppose, Apolline or the others, that the measure that you were speaking about, the creation of new facilities, will really contribute in the short term? How long could it take for them to work? You were speaking about 100 million euros for new facilities, new investment, okay? If I am right.
Yeah.
How long could it take? And how simple could it be?
I don't know. No. Well, the call asked them to start new facilities beginning of 2024, but see it's manageable or not. If you understand French, I can send you the call. I will send.
Yes, please do that. Yes. Okay, more people from other countries, other experiences. Please don't hesitate. Marini.
Hello, my name is Dusan Marinic. I'm the member of the wood cluster from Slovenia. I'm general manager of Liblit, which is a producer for interior doors. So hello everybody. So I can just join the information as you already mentioned, but as well I can say also that we are facing from September previous years with several to get more higher and higher prices from our suppliers. So that is the one problem. The second problem is it comes for example in 4 or 5 times they make higher prices, and actually they rise the prices for let me say 30% for the chipboard, raw chipboard. After that, even more, for example, is more expensive is if we have covered with a melamine chipboard. So all those things, which is of course appears because of shortage of material or logs and so on for the production, but we think also there is a problem because of the concentration, which takes already a long time. It happens of the producers. So in Europe, I think that we don't have enough producers of raw chipboard, and therefore it coming also it happens that the prices go too high. Of course, we understand that here is some changes because environment and everything should be included into the price of our products, but it is really too much. The second thing, which also very much influence for our production, is that we have some quantities limitations in this year. So one thing that we didn't get enough material, and therefore we significant make bigger stocks for the materials, but there is also some quantities limitation. What was really a problem. Now it's a little bit better, but anyway, for example, you receive before three LKVs of chipboards, and after that they give you two trucks, and this is not enough or not sufficient for the production. So this was all happening. Also, the problem of the price for the raw spruce or finger joint spruce for the profiles. We have also faced with shortage of this material, and of course also with the problem of prices, which actually increased for the 100%. Because we are on the market where are very here is a lot of producers for the interior doors. Of course, we cannot calculate all those rises of material prices, and of course there will be the problem in future. So suggestion is to how to support or to invest in the production for those products, not just where it is now, so in those concentrated producer, but we have to do on that field some further steps. I hope that this helps from European Union, this money which receive all countries, that we will spend for the right things. Thank you very much.
You are very welcome. Thank you.
Thank you, Marinic. If you can respond to the survey which Antonio referred to with these details you mentioned, it will be very helpful. I mean, then we would because these are exactly what we are looking for. This kind of information. Thank you very much for this.
Okay.
Okay, more contributions. I'm sure that there are more here.
Can I now say something?
Sorry. Welcome, Joaquin. Joaquin Solana from Senfin.
Yeah, hi, good morning, everybody. Thanks, Antonio, for organizing these meetings. This is a really interesting matter, what we are facing this morning. Well, nothing very new from Spain. Well, I'm Joaquin Solana, the cluster manager of Senfin furnishing cluster in Barcelona, Spain. Nothing very new. We are facing the same problems that in the rest of countries that you have been commenting this morning, where price increasing in some materials more than 50% in a year, and a shortage of materials that doesn't allow our factories to produce as much as they want. So we are in some way having this or transmitting this inflationist stress from the raw materials to the products, because we cannot, I mean, to the final products, to the furniture, we cannot produce as much as we want, and the prices in final products are also increasing and contributing to this inflationist stress. As some of you commented, some big companies are investing in new plants. Also in Spain, we are going to have a new plant, I think in a couple of years. Investments just began some months ago. The total amount of the investment is around 200 millions. But they need time to go into production, these new facilities. I think we have a problem also as in the Porter's diamond. We have a problem of um, the big power of the suppliers. There are few suppliers in Europe. They're very big companies. The investment needs to prepare any facility are very high. The technology. So probably we also have a problem of having very few companies very big, and they are in some way controlling the market, and perhaps storing some raw materials and distributing in the or cheap boards and distributing to the market in order to have let me say a control in prices. Well, as a clusters, I think we have to contribute to give transparency to this information between suppliers and furniture producers. We use some systems in order to try to transparent this information. This is not easy, but as a midterm, we think we have to work for a more sustainable solutions regarding circular economy that allow companies, well, being a little bit more independent and trying to use more, let me say, recycled materials. I think we are having some interference. Yeah. Um, this is one of the main things we can do as a clusters, working for the midterm and trying to push for circular economy strategies in order to allow companies to be to be more independent from the rise in prices of raw materials. That's all, Antonio. Thanks for your organization.
Thanks, Joaquin. It's very interesting to have suggestions from the cluster community on what to do, and it will be good to know more details about what can be done, in my opinion, on circular economy for this area of activity. Okay, more contributions. I see Juanjo Ortega from Amuebla. Juanjo, buenos días.
Hi, good morning. I'm Juan Ortega from Amuebla. Can you see me? No.
No. Now, yes.
Now, yes.
Now, yes.
Okay, we are a small, we are a cluster in the south of Spain, composed by small companies focused on the wood sector, furniture sector, and also most of them in the upholstery. So they also sell buy wood, but in not good big proportion or big amounts. But our companies are also suffering this problem with the raw materials, not only wood, also steel, also cardboard for the packaging. But they are experiencing so high problem with the price of the wood, especially they say pine, 80% of the of highest price, and fiber MDF also 100% more than 1 year ago. And this is a problem and big issue for our companies now. And as Joaquin said, the issue is that they are so small. It's small companies that don't have enough power to go for big suppliers to negotiate better prices. In fact, we are experiencing now some companies try to move to new suppliers, and current suppliers in Spain just sell to all their clients. They are not going to open now the market because they don't have enough wood for anybody. And this is the current situation here.
Thank you, Juanjo.
Welcome.
Okay, Primo, I see Primos. Sorry for the pronunciation. Would you share on your side?
Hello, my name is Primož Lušina from company Alplis, Slovenia. Like all of you, we also experience a lot of problems in supply chain. Especially we had in, let's say, until now we had our main material is melamine face chipboard. In this case, we suffer quite big changes in prices. Plus, we had problems with availability and long terms of delivery. To be honest, the moment situation improved a little bit, so we are, let's say, we can get ports. They are the prices are higher, but we can at least we have it. At the moment, we are the biggest, let's say, challenges to get fittings, some small fittings, some let's say drawers, some things like that. This is really hard at the moment. It seems that some things were produced in China, and it just doesn't exist anymore in Europe. So we are experience a lot of, let's say, challenges to how to manage to produce furniture without it, to replace it, to find solution how we can still supply our furniture without these fittings and things like that. So it's quite challenging times now.
Thank you, Primoz.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay. Nobody has mentioned the price of the containers, the maritime containers, but I was told that they have increased something like 1,000%, and that this is also influencing your market. Is that right?
Yeah, I think this is right. This is also one of the reasons that let's say that goods from China are not arriving, or they are arriving too late, and I think this is the transport costs are one big issue.
Okay, so I will invite, I don't know, Antonella Benza from Italy, I suppose. Would you give us your views? Welcome. Buongiorno, Antonella.
I confirm all these problems also in the lighting sector. In Italy, we are from the Venetian region. As the other cluster, we have only SMEs, so they don't have enough power to decide the prices of from the suppliers. So in our case, we have electronic parts, and we don't have we have many few companies in Italy that sell this kind of items. So they have a strong lack of power from the Chinese companies that sell this, or the Far East companies that sell these products. So actually, our companies have many requests for products from USA and many other countries, but they don't have enough raw materials to prepare their lamps, their products. So we are thinking to the circular economy and to change our products, our raw materials with we don't have wood materials in general in our supply chain, but for sure lamps are very strictly connected to the furniture sector. So usually buyers buy both furniture and lighting products. So this problem is very high for our sector too.
Thank you.
Also, the transport, all the problems we have, all the problems you told before.
Okay. As far as I understand, one of the problems is that the Nordic countries are selling mostly to China and USA instead of doing it to the southern ones. Is that so? I mean, if so, what is the reason? The price? Could we change the I don't know if they are paying so much or so different from. Hello?
For European Union. This is.
Sorry? Okay. Paulius, would you comment?
Hello, everyone. My name is Paulius. I'm from Lithuanian prefabricated wooden house cluster. Yeah, I could elaborate on that. As we are close to the Nordic countries, to the Sweden, to the Norway, and the main reason why there was a huge increase in the wood prices was that during the end of the Trump's period of presidency, he had some kind of disagreement with Canada, and Canada put huge import taxes for wood products to United States of America, and they faced a huge shortage of wood because of the high increase in the price. So the American agents started buying everywhere in the world, and Europe was one of the main targets where those American agents were reallocated, and basically they bought whatever the price because they needed to fill up their factories. And when we talked with our suppliers of wood, they said, come on, if you are not paying us the certain price, there is always an American that could pay us whatever the price we tell them. And it was the real case, what happened. So therefore, starting from last year's November, the prices of at least certain wood products related with the wooden construction rose around 300%, like in a couple of months. And then another problem here was that there was some speculative buying and selling of wood. So there were some traders that came to sawmills and bought their 1 year supply.
And urban space congestion to transportation by providing a convenient alternative to private cars when traveling to a...
Oh, please go on. Sorry.
Yeah. So those speculative buyers and they refused to sell the wood for a certain period until the price went up, and then sold for high premiums. So it was the kind of one of the reasons why there was a huge increase in prices. Now the prices are getting a bit lower, but still, like the colleagues already mentioned, I don't believe as well that we will reach the price levels that we had a year ago. I think it will be like around 50-60% higher than we had last year. When it will stabilize, we see that it could happen like in the spring of next year. We hope that it will happen in the spring of next year. Yeah, but another issue, kind of looking more long-term, especially from construction side, there is a common trend going all over the world to move towards sustainability, and the construction is as well affected by this. There are already some EU initiatives that will require for the construction to become more green, let's say. So it will increase the demand for raw materials, for wood and for other ecological raw materials even more. And as I see now, with all these shortages that we have already, if the demand even increases even more, so it could lead us to even bigger problems that we have now. So what I would really, really love to see in the near future, maybe more incentives or more additional funding towards the research and development of new composite materials that would be eco-friendly, and could be used in production of both buildings, maybe the furniture, etc., etc. But I see that we are at the that we all have a huge need for new material development. So these are my thoughts. Thank you.
And are we the European industry able to develop those kind of materials? Are any of you working on that?
For us, we're not yet working, but we are kind of in the idea generation phase. What kind of materials could it be and what partners would we need. So I believe that there are at least several EU programs that could be that clusters with some kind of consortiums could apply for that, but at least within our cluster now we are the very first steps of idea generating what could be done, because we see this disruption in raw material sector. So we believe that it's time to invest in new materials and to create our ones.
Because as you say, it's clear that the market will grow, no? The market and the demand, as you presented. Or could it be that Canada opens the barriers and everything goes back to the?
They already did. They already almost removed all the import taxes. So that's why the prices went down from being up 300% to around 100% right now. So its situation changed a bit, but still the increase in demand. And with these all regulations, both regional, national, or wherever, that are directly related with sustainable growth and sustainable economy and green construction and green production and etc., is increasing the demand for natural resources, the eco-friendly natural resources.
Makes sense to be prepared, not to work on a plan to be ready for it. So this is related to the first hypothesis, no? Is the feeling of forex reduced or not? It's a question for everyone. The first hypothesis is the feeling of forests reduced because of the climate impacts or not? Not at all.
In my personal opinion, I don't see that very clearly, but I don't think that it's reduced like drastically or something like that. What I see, I just see a huge increase in demand of the raw materials, and to make new, let's say, new plants and new ways to gather that material is not so fast. So, and the increase is very rapid, very quick. So I see the problem maybe is bigger problem is here that the industry, the wood forestry industry, is not so quick to meet the demand that has risen. But I don't think that it's very much climate impact, at least for now. Maybe in the future, yes, but for now, I don't think so.
Thank you. And what about the second question, the hypothesis? Are the companies postponing investment due to regulatory uncertainty? Are you aware of those kind of situations? Any of you are aware of companies delaying investments?
Not at least here in our companies, as we are at the end of the value chain, we are few to companies. It means they are not postponing. In fact, in the last year with the pandemic, they are increasing and they are investing in new facilities and new machinery. So this is not a situation for us. I don't know in the other point of in the other sector of the value chain.
Because there is a general agreement on the fact that the market will grow. I understand.
And it will grow, and the last year was crazy for the Fuse2 companies, mostly for upholstery, mattress, sofa, so on. It was a crazy year for that since 1 year ago or 1 year and a half.
Okay, and the third, how is the increased demand for paper?
I need to do something, to say something about the second point. I'm not thinking that they are postponing their investment, just they are thinking twice about it, because of the price. Also, not only about wood, but also the glue and all the price of other materials to make products are growing. So is it now sustainable? The price, is it sustainable to do a new facility or not? And also because there is a lack of workers, and so if there is nobody to work on the factory, how to do it, what way to do it. So they're thinking twice, just that they are not thinking to not do it, how to do it.
Perfect. Thank you, Apolline. So the next question is the increased demand for paper impacting the booth availability? Are you impacted by, because we know that there are also increasing demand on paper, carton, packaging. Are you affected by that? No, as far as you see.
Not that
Okay.
much. No.
Nobody say anything, so I will suggest, I will understand that no. So I understand that you have confirmed the increased demand from USA and China. Is that true? Also for China? We haven't spoken about China.
I don't know about China, but from US, so for sure the demand was crazy high last year. Yeah, but we are not related with China, so I'm not, at least our companies and our clusters. So I have no information on that.
Anybody working with China? Yes.
Here in France, we say that yes, there is an increase of demand from China, especially on oak wood. That's why we are asking now the European Union if we can stop exporting log. I joined the Romanian cluster about the regulation from other countries in the European Union that exports logs. There is a different regulation in countries. I'm not the best to talk about it, and I will send you the contact of someone who can talk about the export of log to China.
Thank you. That will be very good. Yes. Okay. Any other trade measure that you will consider, that you will suggest? No? Before closing, because we have still 8 minutes, I wanted to propose another perspective, okay? If we analyze your sector on the dimensions that you see in the screen, I understand that there is a problem with the skills, with the capacity building, okay? Skills, it's clear. Everyone is telling us so. There is a problem.
The surrounding villages to our city.
Sorry,
we need those highways.
Please mute yourself. Ignatiadis, sorry. Okay, so we have a problem with capacity building. It's clear. We could have a problem with competitiveness, as far as I understand. Okay, the prices outside Europe are higher. There are points related to governance, to regulation. That is also clear. We are speaking about the need to create new infrastructure, new facilities, as far as I understand. There is a proposal to develop new products that are, as far as I understand, related to technology. And we have been speaking about investments. Would you add some comment on those verticals, on those dimensions? Did we forget to comment something important? Please, somebody tell me something. I see that we have with us somebody from the Czech Republic. Philip, would you contribute?
Hello, everyone. Philip from Czech Republic. Well, the general, I'm not specialized on the wood. That's very important to say. I'm here for the all cluster policy. But the shortage is, we can see the shortage everywhere in the whole value chains. And it will be very important for Europe how we will react. In the Czech Republic, we have a very low unemployment rate. So basically, there are no people they will work anywhere. Like everyone has shortage of people. Now there is a shortage of material, there is a shortage of chips, there is a shortage of wood because we got sick woods and stuff like that. So I'm not really sure. I don't know the solution. That's basically it. We just need to look how to localize more to Europe and eventually find a new ways of supply chain if this one doesn't really work. But I don't have the solution.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, Vasiliki from Greece. Welcome.
Hello.
Hello.
I actually I'm here to listen the views of you here. Nothing very specific to say or to comment. Just we have the perspective here that there are also crucial problems with the cement. The prices have gone really crazy, but yeah, that's all for me.
With the cement? Sorry, I didn't understood. Cement?
Yeah, the cement. The construction here, the construction sector is really facing problems. And also with elements that we were importing from China, now we cannot, and we try to import from Europe, but also as previous was said before here, Spain also has problems with supplies. So in the case that products would come from China, now they are supposed to come from Spain, but there are so many delays, and yeah.
Thank you. Please, every one of you fulfill the survey that I have shared in the chat. That will be very helpful for us. Mark, would you?
Yes, thank you very much. It was very helpful, and this contributes to all the analytical work we are doing here in the Commission and analysis of the market. And so definitely you confirm there's a big demand increase in terms of US and China. It has impact on the prices. One of the clear solutions would be to ban export of wood logs. This is what you're advocating. Funding, which is the investments are going on, so it's not stopped. It's just a question that the people are more carefully looking at the sustainability. The regulatory for sustainable and green pushes for using more eco-friendly, meaning as well wood in the construction sector, which pushes the demand for this. There is the need for finding new substitute components and composites materials in case the wood is not the possibility, and increase recycling. Something it was prominent in recycling of wood was not. I mean, it was mentioned by you. So and the issues very important, lack of labor, and something that you all confirm. Lack of labor in the wood sector. I put the link to the call of Euroclusters. This is exactly about having partnerships across Europe to try to solve the issues that you have. So I encourage you to participate in the call and come up with proposals that we can support networking in this field. So I think it's 9:30. I would like to thank you very much. We will continue this work. It's not the end. We took the wood, but as it was mentioned, we see in cement could be an issue as well. So I think we will come back very shortly with other sectors. So thank you very much for your input, and let's stay in touch. Thank you.
Thank you, Marek. Thank you, everyone. Please, yes, continue telling us about your difficulties and your proposals, and we are here to support you. Thank you very much. See you soon, I hope. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Bye. Bye.
Thank you very much. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.